Welcome to another episode of Murder the Internet with Jonathan.
And
your name's Rich.
And Rich!
There you go.
Yeah, that's me.
How you doing?
I'm good, but I've got something on my mind.
Okay.
I got mummies on my mind.
Mummies on your mind?
I got mummies on my mind. I've been thinking about mummies a lot.
What have you been thinking about mummies?
The whole principle of mummy.
Just... wait. When you talk about mummies, you're talking about like the ones that come to life and go, brr,
yeah.
Or are you talking about the ones that were made and then buried and then didn't come to life?
No, because I can answer every question about the dead ones. I'm talking about the ones that come back to life.
The ones that come back to life. Okay.
Like, they're before zombies, right?
Right, but I don't think they feasted on brains, did they?
What did they do? Like they came back. I understand that they were pissed, like especially the ones that were buried with the kings.
Right, yeah.
Or whatever the fuck.
But what is their MO?
I don't know.
To get more bandages?
No, that's why I've got mummies on my mind.
Yeah,
is because I can't figure out, the modus operandi of mummies.
Right, because let's break it down. You got werewolves come and, kill people.
Yeah, and
eat people.
Draculas, they need your blood.
Yeah.
Because if they don't have your blood, they get mad.
Now, when a Dracula is, sucking on your neck, sucking all the blood out of your body.
You say stop.
Do they consider that drinking or eating your blood?
Consuming
your blood. But they don't say, I'm going to consume your blood.
Yes, there's a lot of fun facts about Draculas. That they come to your front door. You can't let them in unless if you sign a 120-page waiver.
Right.
And you have to read the whole terms of service. You have to answer questions like, how long can the Dracula stay in your house? What can he eat? Things like that. You are aware that there is a Dracula entering your house. Then you get to it, you have to sign, you have to get it notarized. It's a real pain in the ass. So that's why they just don't even bother going to people's houses anymore. They just say, hey, you, okay, well, why don't you leave? Why don't you go somewhere? And they're like, I just came from the store. Yeah, but you forgot melons, didn't you? No, I got melons. What about pineapple? I could get a pineapple. And then they just leap on them.
You could just keep abusing Draculas. Like, come on, let me in. And be like, why don't you go and, bring me back a nice pie? Mm-hmm. And then,
See, if I was going to be a Dracula hunter, I get a mobile home because I'd be safe wherever I went.
Right. How are they going to track that down?
You drive into Dracula's castle. You just start shooting stakes out of the windows.
Right.
I mean, what can they do?
Get an RV, motherfuckers. Or be like a lot of people I knew who grew up around me in very poor areas and live out of your van.
There you go.
You don't even need an RV or a car.
So why don't poor people kill Draculas more often?
I don't think they're ever asked to. I think poor people have enough of their own problems that they're like, I'm dealing with enough.
Name one poor person problem.
I guess where to find
their heads are probably large,
right?
So they can't find a hat that fits.
Where to find some nice champagne? Probably they have no idea.
Yeah, that's a good one. Well, no, that's not true because I always see on like 50s TV shows where a drunk sees a spaceship and then he rubs his eye and then he looks at the bottle and he throws it over his shoulder.
How do you know the drunk's poor?
Well, because he's disheveled. Poor people are often disheveled.
Poor people can't afford alcohol. That's my point.
They can't afford to be disheveled. Yeah. That's the thing. So that's why they're naturally disheveled.
Disheveled, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. If
you ever see a disheveled poor person?
No, not once. Like a poor person wearing a tux and like putting on the Ritz and shit?
Yeah, no. Never seen a person under the poverty level doing anything with the Ritz.
God damn, that's a good point. So back to mummies.
Yeah.
What were they doing?
I don't know. Once again, that's why I have Mummies on my mind. Mummies on Your Mind. That's that song by U2 that just came here in the tour.
That's how it goes.
What was that?
That's how it goes.
Okay. I didn't ask for you to do it again.
I can't help it. Anytime you reference a U2 song, I just burst into song.
I'll go back to Mummies on my mind then.
Okay, good.
Okay, so the mummies
Sorry, now you're not referencing it, but you are. So I can't help it.
Yeah. Okay. Should I talk about something else?
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Because I'm really disturbed about mummies.
Mummies.
Yeah. The ones that are on my mind. Okay, so when the Egyptian royalty were buried,
sure,
right? They buried all their slaves with them, right?
Yeah, of course.
So it's in the best interest of the slaves to keep the guy alive as long as possible.
Oh, because then they don't die.
Yeah, well, then they don't get buried with him.
They don't get buried with the guy, yeah.
Yeah, and then also, the guy who has the most slaves, just think of how expensive it would be for the funeral plot. So you have to have like 12 acres to bury all the slaves.
Point. Yeah.
So then, anyways, the mummies, Are the mummies ever of the important person? They're just generic mummies,
No,
right?
the mummies are like of the fair, like Tutankhamun. He was mummified.
Well, yeah, but what about just the generic mummies? Like when you're watching a
you
movie.
mean like when you're watching a movie? No,
And there's multiple
always,
mummies.
Nah, the mummy's always like, this is Pharaoh Dave, the third.
Pharaoh Dave?
Yeah, Pharaoh Dave the third. And he's back to,
his old tricks.
walk at people going, "Ugh," like that a lot.
But what about when there's multiple mummies? There's just like hordes of mummies, probably in a Tom Cruise movie.
Probably.
They're chasing him for reasons unknown. Yeah,
Who
I don't know.
knows? Yeah.
And so, like, they can't all be royalty. Those are some lower class mummies.
Okay.
And I would think they'd be more difficult to kill.
So you're saying that they need to have a more hardcore caste system when it comes to who you mummify?
Well, there has to be some sort of rules as to who can become an undead mummy and who can't. I don't know what they are. Do you? Do you have to pass a written test?
Well, it seems like in every movie, the mummies come back because somebody took their gold. So they're trying to get their belongings,
That's
their
usually
possessions
leprechauns.
back. No. It's also mummies. Like somebody broke into a tomb or into a pyramid and went, "Hey, look at that gold, cup
Hat.
a hat, and I'm gonna take that and these gold pants. Thank you very much." And gold earrings and all the other stuff.
Gold
And I'm
and
not gonna
gold.
leave with it. Yeah.
Well, but the problem with that is, unless if you're a banker mummy or someone who, owned all that stuff, like why would the average mummy care that you're taking gold? I mean, if it was a slave, he probably didn't have any of the gold to begin with. It's not in his best interest to try to hunt down people who took it.
But his master's like, "Hey, go get that shit for me."
Well,
dude."
then why doesn't he help out?
What?
Why doesn't the master help out?
Because he's the master. His job is not to help out. His job is to sit there and tell people what to do. He delegates.
What are they going to even do with the gold once they get it back? They just, it just needs to be in this place because we're all anal retentive OCD.
It belongs to him, yes.
So all the mummies are just OCD. They just want
Pretty
the
much.
stuff
If
where
anything
it
is out of place, that's what makes them. Why do you think the pyramids were built like that? They're so precise and perfect.
Ancient astronauts.
Because they were ancient astronauts going to the moon and back. You think they get there without precise OCD type impulses? No, of course not.
Yeah, I never really thought of it.
Have you ever seen a pyramid fly to the moon without people doing hardcore math?
I've seen a pyramid with an eyeball on it.
Yeah, the Illuminati. We all know about that.
Yes.
Sure.
So wait, okay. So we've got. We don't know how mummies. We don't know the deal with mummies, right?
No.
Okay, so that's just in God's hands.
Thank God.
Then we got the Draculas, though.
Yes.
So you got a mobile home. You just throw stakes out the window. Okay, so we can defeat that.
What about Frankenstein monster?
Well, wait, hold on. I know this is still in the category of mummies.
Okay.
But zombies.
Isn't Frankenstein a zombie?
Yeah, no, because zombies are just dead
He's
people.
the reanimated dead.
Frankenstein.
So is he.
Frankenstein's monster, aka Big Ben, was made with various parts.
Of dead people
Yes,
that
but
got reanimated.
zombies
So not
are-
only is he one zombie, he's multi-zombies.
I know, and that's what keeps him from being a generic zombie. Is that he's different.
He's like a super zombie. He's like the Voltron of fucking zombies.
Yes. When you say his name, his legs fly and his arms fly into the torso, his head fly. Frankenstein's monster. No, but you can't classify him just as a regular zombie.
Okay, fine.
Because also he was brought to life.
Yeah, so we're zombies.
Zombies are undead. They're brought to dead.
They're dead and then they're brought out of dead. They're undead.
They're not brought out of dead. They're undead. Yeah, but Frankenstein's not undead because Dr. Frankenstein used lightning to make the body parts come alive. And it's a true historical scientific fact that if you hit something with lightning, it comes alive.
Just reanimates.
Like a living snail becomes twice as living.
It's huge.
You ever
it's got
heard-
bolts in its neck. It tries to throw little girls into rivers. It's amazing. These snails.
Yeah, but it doesn't have any arms, so it just
Nah,
kind
yeah.
of gently push them.
It'll
into
get
the
there
river.
if we let them evolve. That's why I kill snails.
Yeah, that's why I watch the movie Slugs. Because slugs are kind of like snails. Have you ever seen Slugs
I have
before?
not seen that movie.
It's a really good movie. It's about slugs, and they kill people.
It doesn't seem like it'd be that hard to get away from slugs because they're pretty
It
slow
really
moving.
isn't, but there's this one scene where this dude, this woman are making out on the grandma's bed for reasons unknown. And then it just cuts to the room and it's full of slugs everywhere. And of course, the slugs are making this.
Oh, that's a good sound. I like that sound.
They're just making that noise, even though
Yeah.
slugs do not, typically make that kind of noise.
No, they don't.
But, since it's a scientific movie, blah, blah, blah. And they figure out, how would you normally kill a slug if you saw one? And you don't have a body except one arm and a can of salt.
Oh, well, I guess I would just take the can of salt,
Yeah.
drop it, and just start smashing them with my hand.
No.
No.
If you pour the salt on the slug dissolves.
Oh.
So in the movie Slugs, the ace scientist guy, he comes up with an idea. And the idea is to, I'm not joking here, make the water explode. They come up with a chemical, I can't remember, some
That
chemical
makes
compound.
water explode.
Yeah. Okay, so because all the slugs are in the sewer system and they're coming out of the sewer system and killing people very slowly.
Sure.
Very idiotically. So they come up with this chemical that makes water explode and they dump into the sewer system and then it shows all these manholes exploding with fire coming out. You have to assume millions of people have died because it's coming out of like their sink, it's coming out of the faucet, it's coming out of the shower.
But this is just to kill slugs who have killed at this point, what, 3 or 4 people?
No, they've killed a lot of people.
Sure.
In various situations.
Why not?
So yeah, they killed all the slugs by making the water explode. And I don't really know what chemical turns water into explosions, but they somehow figured it out. I mean, how would you do that?
Well, I assume you just replace the water with gasoline and fire.
That's
what they did.
There was no replacement, though.
How did they not do that?
They added something to water to make it flammable.
Science.
Oh.
Yeah. See, you're overthinking this.
Yeah, you put the science
You
into
just did science
fiction.
in it. You know, it's like bringing Frankenstein back to life. All you need is electricity back in the 1830s or whenever that novel was written.
Yeah.
And then in modern times, all you need for somebody to become super is a bunch of radiation.
Yeah.
They become super. Normally, when people get hit with high doses of radiation, their skin melts off and they get cancer and die. But
And then they come back as a mummy.
in comic books, they get super strong. They have superpowers. They don't die. Eventually, they probably die of cancer. That's not really ever said.
But if they do die, then there's an alternate dimension where another one comes in to, pick up the pace.
Right.
Yeah.
That'd actually be a really great Hulk comic if Hulk was battling cancer.
Yes. And he couldn't turn into the Hulk. He was just Bruce Banner.
He was just Bruce Banner going,
and he's sickly.
oh, God. What?
Hey,
I
Bruce,
wish his cough would go away, man.
Bruce, you coming into work today?
I don't know what's wrong with me lately. I just don't feel good.
Yeah. Hey, Peter Parker, I know you got bit by that spider, but come on, it's just a spider bite. I don't know. My hair's falling out.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know. So anyway, movie monsters. Let's go back to
also
that 'cause
Worms.
that's fun.
Have you seen the movie Worms? I think it was called...
The movie Worms.
It was called Squirm.
Squirm? Mm-hmm. The Worms.
Worm Squirm.
There was a movie you were telling me about on another show called Dr. Stalkers, the Stalker Doc?
Dr. My Doctor the Stalker.
My Doctor the Stalker, which I realized that when titles rhyme...
Stalked by my doctor.
Stalked by my doctor. When titles rhyme, it's so much better. Stalked by my doctor who gave me the shocker.
He didn't give him the shocker.
Of Procter & Gamble trademark. I don't know. I'm just saying I like things that rhyme. So Worms and Squirms, is that what the name of the movie was?
It was just Squirm. Uh-huh. And how the worms became man-eating is because lightning struck the ground. Yeah.
You think that would happen more often?
Yeah, you
because
would.
Lightning almost
there was a lot
always
of rain involved.
Strikes the ground.
Yeah, it struck like a light.
Was it like an Indian burial ground at least involved?
No, it was a normal non-burial ground.
Yeah,
it was just a mud.
Yeah, I'm not buying it.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
the people in Squirm did.
Well, they can say it's science.
They bought the farm.
The worm farm?
The death farm.
So how do the worms kill people in Squirm?
They bite you. Basically, you get piled on by a lot of worms.
How? Who is sitting still long enough for worms to eat you?
Well, in this, one scene in this house, the woman's taking a shower, but instead of water, worms start coming out. I'm not kidding. And it weighs down the house so much.
I think you're lying. I'm laughing because it's funny.
I think it weighs down the bathroom so much that the bathtub falls through the floor. And eventually their entire house collapses because of the worms.
Because worms are so heavy.
Well, yeah, worms are heavy, and when they get together, they really know what needs to be done.
It's true. When you walk down the street, if you see a worm, don't pick it up because you'll throw your back out.
Yeah, see a worm, pick it up all day long, you'll be just fucked.
Yep.
Yeah. So then there's that. There's the bugs that light you on fire, which I've mentioned before.
Right.
From the movie Bugs, or Bug, something like that. They light you on fire, and they're mutated, and they can spell out complete sentences by the end of the film.
You know what my favorite movie monster is? The Passage of Time. Oh. Because, like, you'll have a couple, right? And they're young, right? And they're happy, yeah? And they have a couple kids, and they're so happy, and they're playing in the backyard. And then, again, eventually time gets to them, and they're older. The kids moved out. They got nothing to say to each other, and just like, fuck you. I don't even know what to do with this relationship anymore.
Oh, I thought you meant that just the time that passes by while you're wasting it watching a movie.
No, I mean in the literal movie.
Oh, okay.
I like the monster that attacks relationships, known as time.
Like the Titanic when they're old, and
Right.
but then they're young, and then they're dead, and they're old.
And Time's
dead.
doing that to him. Time's like, what if she's old and throwing shit into a ocean, whatever it was.
Did they? I never saw Titanic.
I saw it once. It was the first movie. It was actually the first date that my wife and I went on when we were 16 years old. We were married. Mm-hmm. This was our first date. So we went to see Titanic, and I don't remember any of it.
I remember the Titanic. And
I remember there was a boat. I do remember that. I remember there was a scene with a car, which is ironic considering it's on a boat. But nope.
Maybe they took the car to the boat.
No, there was a car in a boat where people were fucking and slamming their hands on the window. Yeah, he was flipping through V's and slamming hands on windows.
Were there worms? Because you might be thinking of the movie Squirm.
I bet. I actually, you know what? I always get this confused. Yeah. Because Titanic is like Titanic. So squirms and worms, it's the same thing.
Squirms and worms and Titanic.
Right.
Leonardo DiCaprio's catchphrase, "Oh no, it's worms."
Oh God, not the worms again. With the worms. And already. Enough.
In Squirm 7, Leonardo DiCaprio is just like, that's all he says, because he doesn't even have any catchphrases.
Like in The Revenant, where he said nothing and then won an Oscar for it. Pretty great. What is your favorite catchphrase from a movie? I think we've talked about this, but we haven't really explored it as much as I'd like.
Boy, I don't know. What's yours?
My favorite is from Forrest Gump. When Forrest Gump goes, "I'm Forrest Gump."
That was Forrest Gump?
That was a Forrest Gump, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Yep. I like the part from Death Race 2000 where he said, "Let's go." And then they drove their cars.
Yep. Or Mad Max, where he's like, "I'm mad." And they're like, "What's your name?" "Max."
Mad Max. Max was actually short for maximum power.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Mad Maximum Power.
Mad was actually short for Madam.
Because Madam Maximum Power.
Yeah, Madam Maximum Power.
Because he's actually a lady.
Yes.
They don't get to that. They don't want you to know about that.
It was originally going to be in the Thunderdome. Tina Turner was going to demask Madam Maximum.
Yeah.
Yes.
Madam Max.
Master and Blaster, of course, were short for Master Blaster, Master Blaster. Each of them.
Right.
And then they were going to just pull the wig off Madame Maximum Overdrive.
Interesting story. The Predator, the movie, was actually, the initial title was Predator. And what it was this guy who went out and summed up women before the guys went on dates with them. So he predated them. He would talk to them.
Oh, and then he would rate them online.
Right. But then apparently the problem they kept having was this particular actor kept murdering the women. So they're like, let's just make it a monster movie.
Yeah, and then also the whole idea of killing him with a nuclear bomb.
Right.
Seemed a little bit overkill.
Nah. Not when he's just in the middle of a restaurant. I mean, that got like a 3-star rating on Yelp. Fuck that restaurant.
Were there a lot of people there?
It's so many.
He was probably giving the woman a bad rating. He's like, let's see here, 0. And she's like, what are you doing on your Microsoft Surface? Microsoft Surface by Microsoft. Check out the Microsoft Surface. It's the hottest new device for this upcoming college year. Microsoft Surface.
Have you seen the movie Get Out? I mean, that sold me a Microsoft product.
Black people love Microsoft.
And obviously the villain of Get Out is racism.
Yes.
Which is the worst villain that you can think of.
That movie wasn't that good.
I liked it. You tend to not like things as much as I like things, though. So
no, because I like bad things a lot.
Well, when we talk about things that people know what we're talking about, I tend to like those things more than you like those things. When we talk about things where people are like, "That sounds fucked up," and I don't know that he's telling the truth. Like Squirms. Like Squirms.
It's just Squirm.
Yeah. You're telling the truth about Deadfall.
Yeah, Deadfall is a good movie. We were talking about that before, and I exposed you to Deadfall.
Yeah, I just had to watch Deadfall. That was one of the best movies I've ever seen.
It is. It's by Christopher Coppola, Francis Ford Coppola's son.
Yep.
Who, for some weird reason, never made any more movies after this.
He wasn't allowed to.
No.
Because he had some star power in that movie. He had Nicolas Cage. He had James Coburn. For Christ's sake, James Coburn. Peter Fonda.
Mickey Dolenz.
Even to an extent, Michael Biehn. I mean, he was good in The Terminator. And it's just...
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen. I wasn't going to mention him in the star power because Charlie Sheen doesn't typically make movies. But you need to watch the movie. Everyone needs to watch that movie. Watch it if only for the Nicolas Cage shit. If there's a YouTube video of just Nicolas, don't buy the movie.
There's compilations of
just
them.
watch Nicolas Cage's scenes from Deadfall, because if you think he's bad in like The Wicker Man,
Yeah.
you have no idea. No idea. Just because the whole movie, I was watching it trying to figure out what he was going for, and the best I could come up with was Italian Frankenstein. That's what I came up with.
I just figured that he had several hundred marbles in his mouth.
Well, it was
Most
like he
of
was
them poisonous.
He was doing the Godfather Marlon Brando thing, but then sometimes he was Pacino, and then sometimes he was Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
And you add them all together, you get Italian Frankenstein.
Yeah, I think that he was just way coked up, and they're just
Yeah,
like, "Nick,
definitely.
do whatever you want to do."
See, I think this is the thing about movies like that where you have a big star in them. They're obviously there for the paycheck,
Yeah.
or because they're doing a favor for a friend. So then they're like, I don't really give a shit. I'm just going to have fun with this.
Yeah, and they're on for a day.
Right.
They're like the only time you see them is on one set.
Which is why, honestly, I don't trust whenever I hear actors are in a movie, like, we had so much fun on set. I'm like, no, it's not
Yeah,
going to be a
you
good
showed
movie.
up when you're supposed to show up. You left before you were supposed to leave.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it. You guys
No,
didn't hang out.
I don't think that it's a good movie if you had fun making it. Because every time it's like, well, Will Ferrell and Amy Poehler was there, and we just improv the whole time, and nobody knew when to say cut. Yeah, that's going to be a terrible movie.
We had all these hilarious in jokes that we put in.
that nobody knew
great.
what the fuck we were talking about. But if you watch movies where people are like, I
don't remember being in that.
tortured by that one, like The Shining, where what's her face, Shelley Duvall, like had to go to a psychologist afterwards because Stanley Kubrick had tortured her. Guess what? Great movie. The Exorcist, fucking William Friedkin walked around the set shooting a gun into the air. Mm-hmm. You know why it's a great movie? Because people were legitimately terrified. They weren't having fun on The Exorcist. They were scared. It was great.
Does that apply to other types of work too? Like if we scare people who are filing papers, will they file papers better?
Well, yeah, I'm sure if you put a gun to somebody's head and be like, you file those fucking papers.
So then
They'll make
maybe
sure
that's
they
a
get
new
it
job
done.
we can start.
Just going door to door.
Scaring people.
Yeah, gun to temple.
Yeah, gun to temple. That's
Yep.
what it is.
That's what we are.
Some people might think it's going to temple, and that sounds like religious.
How about
Work faster or we'll kill you.
There you go.
Limited.
Yeah, why mess around with cute names? You know?
That's the way people know exactly what we stand
Right,
for.
right.
If you don't work faster, we're going to kill
We're
you.
gonna fucking execute you in front of your family, especially if you're a stay-at-home mom.
So we can go to like fast food places.
Yeah.
You know, it's supposed to be fast food, not slow food. Is sometimes when it takes a long time.
Good
That's what I
observation.
say.
Good observation. Yeah.
And then I say thanks for the slow food, but I don't say that.
You go up to
part.
somebody, you go, hey, and they're like, oh, you gotta go to my head. You're like, yeah, you better cook these fries faster. And
This
they're like,
kinda-
it's on a timer.
This kind of goes along with your idea of hijacking a plane to help everybody get there faster.
You would get there so much faster if you hijacked a plane, because
Yeah.
no one's going to stop you. The FAA and the Air Force, they're going to give you a free ride. They're not going to shoot you down with a plane full of people.
Yeah, you'll probably get fantastic benefits from the airline.
Like you as the hijacker won't benefit from it because you'll be arrested and then sent to prison for the rest of your life afterwards. But the passengers will be happy because they'll be like, God damn, I thought it would take me, 8 hours to get to San Francisco. It only took me 3.
They might even if you ever get a chance to appeal or whatever, they might even show up and say he saved us a lot of time. True, he had a gun. True, he was threatening to kill people.
Right.
But we got there 10 minutes faster.
All right, back to the putting a gun to people's head to make them work better. Stay-at-home moms like to say that's a real career. That's a real job. So could I put a gun to some mom's head and be like, hey,
Yeah, and say,
you stay at home.
Mother more.
Better.
Yeah,
You
mother better.
Go over to your child. You tell them that you love them.
You're not mothering enough.
Yeah.
And then the mothering will double, at least.
The love, at least, will double.
You'd have
And
to
then
get-
you're a good guy. This could be an 80s sitcom. It would be the
About a
entire...
man threatening people who work with a gun.
I just mean that particular scenario where it's just a stay-at-home mom with her kids and a guy threatening to,
And eventually the whole family grows to accept him.
threatening to murder them the whole time.
Yeah, and then they realize the folly of their ways. Like, boy, I should have spent more time with my kids. And I'm not just saying that because I have a gun to my head.
It's Russian roulette is what it is.
Russian Roulette.
TGI Fridays.
So RussianRoulette.com is actually where you can get a Russian bride
Stuff. Yeah.
and put a gun to her head. Bride me better.
That's what I loved was 80 sitcoms with the catchphrases like "cut it out."
That was good.
That was good.
What about Who Put That There?
Who
Put That There by Balki Bartokomous.
Yeah. I liked on My Two Dads when the one dad said, "Who in my butt?
Who in my butt?
Who in my butt?"
That was
Remember
a good one.
Yeah.
What about from Sanford and Son where he said, hey, for 30 minutes?
That was Red Fox had that in his contract.
Yes.
Anytime he signed the contract, he'd be like, "You have to let me have one episode where I get to do whatever I want."
And it was like the celebrity episode, so all these like basketball players were showing up and they're trying to deliver their lines, and Red Fox is just, I'm coming.
Or like on The Jeffersons, where every episode he'd pan to the camera and go, "All in the family, but black."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he's just looking, he'd shrug his shoulders and say, "Can't I catch a break?"
No, except for he's a rich black guy. I mean,
Well, yeah.
that's the whole point of the show is they caught a lot of breaks, isn't it?
But no, they broke people's arms. They were loan sharks.
They were dry cleaners.
Yeah, of loan sharkness.
Oh, that was just their front.
Yes.
Oh.
The back.
That's where else would you launder money? Mm-hmm. But a dry cleaner. Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
No, it does.
Okay.
Because launder and laundry, and you hold the gun to the laundry machine.
But there's
make
a
it launder
laundry
money
machine
faster.
and a dry cleaning. That's the whole point of dry cleaning. It's just spilling.
It's a dry cleaner and a laundromat. And a loan shark.
Okay.
And a lumberyard.
What about TV theme songs?
Oh, I know all of them.
Oh, really? What was the theme song to Who's Got My Toes?
That's not a show.
That is a show
No.
that I just made up, but you said you knew.
Well, then you tell me the theme song if you
to
made it up.
No, because you said you know the theme song to any show.
Any show that's real.
Well, it is real.
To you,
Okay, any
show
show
that's objectively real.
Any show is just is made up in your opinion until there's actors and a script and
it
production.
exists.
Yeah,
Yes.
it exists.
Yes.
Yeah. So stop being so pedantic.
Okay, give me another show.
Okay.
One that I've heard. One that's real.
Who's the boss?
Who is the boss? We don't know. Who is the boss? We don't know. We're gonna find the boss. We're gonna find him fast. And if we don't, we're gonna kick Judith like ass. That's Who's the Boss.
It's pretty good.
I know.
Pretty good.
I know all of them.
How about 8 is Enough?
Okay. 1's okay. 2's okay. 3 and 4, they're okay. 5 and 6, they're okay. But 8, that's enough. Come on, hit me up.
Okay. I'm tired of slapping my legs.
You don't have to. You can beatbox.
Okay, how about okay, I'll beatbox on the next one. What's happening?
Okay. Walked into a store. What's happening? What's happening? Walked into a church. What's happening? What's happening? Walked down the street. What's happening? What's happening? Come on, I can do this. Okay. Went to the bicycle repair store. Got fucked. Got fucked.
There's different strokes.
I don't care. Dynamite.
Oh my.
Wow.
Okay. All right. That's good. That was all the best theme songs.
What's
I
happening?
thought. Three's Company.
Got one person making a company.
Back to the.
Making a company with not one person. Oh, making a company, not one person. Making a company, got 2 people. Making a company, also need a secretary. That makes 3.
Pretty good.
Company.
And
Three's
you.
Company. Also known as Five Guys Burgers.
You know what pisses me off is the end of that theme song is Three's Company's 2.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Three's Company
that.
2?
Yeah, it's a sequel to Three's Company. They had the original Three's Company, and then they had Three's Company 2.
Oh. And
Soon there's going to be Three's Companies
3.
3. Uh-huh.
And that will be enough company.
It'll be too much company.
Yeah, it will be.
Three's Company 3. We got too much company.
I've never found that 3 is company.
I've never been around 3
In
people.
order to be incorporated, don't you have to have a lot more than 3?
Not if you're limited liability.
True.
LLCs, you could just be one person.
That's true.
I don't even know what their company was. I mean, it was just John Ritter, wasn't it? It's just like, there's these 2 women who want me or don't want me, and then there's a guy who comes to fix things, but he's actually really weird and tries to look at boobs.
Mr. Roper?
Yes, Mr. Roper.
Mr. Roper. Who was Barney Fife, whoever the actor is, whose name I don't remember. Like the first couple episodes or
He's dead.
first seasons. Yeah, he's dead now.
Yeah.
And then there was the other guy who was not him.
Oh, the guy who was like the Lothario Playboy.
Yeah.
You're like, I just got back. From
No, it was the other guy. It was like Mr. I can't remember who was first. It was Mr. Roper or Barney Fife.
That's like the chicken and the egg.
It really is.
Who came first, Mr. Roper or Barney Fife?
You know what I miss from old TV sitcoms?
Commercials.
No, when each one, like he had a big character, then he had a dance.
They did?
The Bartman, the Urkel.
Oh, I think you meant big physically. Like, fat men had their own dances. Any show with a fat man.
I'm not dancing. I just can't stop jiggling.
Hey, listen. Everybody else's weight lower than yours. You are technically the fat man. You must dance.
I would love if like there was a Law and Order episode where they had a dance breakdown. This is how you do the Law and Order.
Jerry Orbach. Jerry Orbach. Dong dong, dong dong.
They just stand to Jerry Orbach. He's like, "Is this fucking over?" God damn it!
And it's CG Jerry Orbach.
Everybody do the Orbach.
I like the idea of CG Jerry Orbach coming back from the grave to torment the other lawyers.
Or no, he was a detective.
Yeah, to torment the other detectives.
And he's like, "Yeah, I would have figured this one out a lot sooner than you." Well, actually, what was great about Jerry Orbach, I don't know if he was the first one, but he was the first like recognized person who, when he
Chris North.
No, but he would come across a crime scene and then say some really horrifying one-liner, like say a guy,
blacks aren't as good as whites. Jerry, no.
Like there's a guy who's dead from having a microphone, shoved up like through his ass and then out of his mouth or something like that. And
you're describing like 7 episodes of Law and Order.
Yeah. And then Jerry Orbach would say like, "I guess they can hear him pretty clearly now," or just something really terrible like that.
Who is his name? Magic Mike?
Yeah, there you go. And I wonder if like the detectives that came after Jerry Orbach had that pressure on them to have those lines.
Yeah, to have a one-liner.
Just because they're terrible and nobody else should be doing it. But like his eyes were gouged out. Well, I can clearly see he's dead.
Or like someone was killed with a pickaxe and they show up and they go, "Looks like somebody pickaxe this guy too many questions." And everybody's like, no. Somebody picked a real victim.
Okay, give it another shot.
This guy's dead.
Wow. J.O. doing it again, motherfucker.
Yeah, and so every episode from then on, whenever they see a dead person, the line was delivered, "This guy's dead."
Look at this fucking guy.
That's actually a female child. "This guy's dead."
Yeah.
Can't you change it for the my catchphrase? "This guy's dead."
Detective. Oh, we're drawing chalk lines around him, which is.
But he's alive. The guy just drawing the chalk outline. He's doing
it's just fun.
All the cops who are there on the scene. He's drawing chalk outlines around them.
Bill, what? Bill, go home. No, I'm having fun. Bill, go home.
He's got a backpack with 20 pounds of white chalk in it. Just outline everything. Outline the house. Outline the furniture.
Bill, we need you to outline the car.
Okay. I already did it. We need you to outline the cars that are driving on the highway as they drive.
Oh, not again. Last time I did that, I ended up in the Hurt building.
The Hurt building?
You mean the hospital, Bill? Yeah.
No. This guy's dead.
Yeah. This guy's dead.